Next to the UK, and the British Parliament is meeting for the first time since last week's general election put an end to the Conservatives' 14 years in power. Today is set to see the election of a new Speaker of the House of Commons and the swearing in of new MPs. We're going to talk more about all of this with our London correspondent, Benedict Pavio. Benedict, what can we expect from today?
A great deal and lots of new faces. That is the result of the general election, the snap general election called earlier than anticipated. That was last Thursday. And this is the result, a very different complexion. So at 2:30 p.m. British time, we will see those older and newer faces in Parliament and a complete role reversal switch as far as the two leaders that we know well. Keir Starmer, who for the first time will be at the dispatch box and as Prime Minister, Labour Prime Minister, the first in over a decade, and Rishi Sunak, for the time being, still the leader of the Conservatives. Of course, he's indicated that he wants to step down, but there needs to be a process and election. We don't have a timeline for that. And Rishi Sunak, former Prime Minister until last Friday morning, is now the leader of the opposition. So that will be quite a sight to see. We're not sure if on those green benches, the very many Labour Party members of Parliament will be able to fit in. Of course, they are now 412. That was an increase of 211, a very comfortable majority. The Conservatives on the opposition benches are just now reduced to 121. That's minus 251 MPs. The Liberal Democrats are now the third biggest party, and they have 72 members of Parliament. That's up plus 64. The Scottish National Party, that was in third position in the previous Parliament, have just 9 MPs at Westminster. That's minus 39. You've then got Sinn Féin, who have 7 but never take their seats. They don't recognise the Westminster Parliament. And other MPs, there are 29. That's an increase of 15. So we will see that main business today first is the election of a new Speaker of the House of Commons, the lower chamber of Parliament.
So, Benedict, the new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, will also attend before moving on to Washington for his first ever summit of NATO leaders as Prime Minister.
Yes, so we will hear from all main party leaders. So, of course, the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, followed then by the leader of the opposition, Rishi Sunak, followed by Ed Davey, the Liberal Democrats, and so on and so on. But an extraordinary day, the first time that Keir Starmer is addressing Parliament as the new Labour Prime Minister, the UK Prime Minister, of course, and then flying off to Washington for this 75th anniversary NATO summit. That is the way the calendar has done that. And so his first real appearance on the international stage as this brand new Prime Minister, only elected last Thursday night. And of course, the NATO summit, we understand the main focus was already going to be the war in Ukraine. But now, as rescue teams actually complete search and rescue at that children's hospital in Kyiv after those deadly Russian attacks across Ukraine, not just in Kyiv yesterday that killed 38 people, we understand absolutely the main focus will be Ukraine. And it is very clear that Keir Starmer will have bilaterals. Certainly his first meeting with President Biden, he'll meet President Zelensky, and he's already indicated a very strong commitment of the United Kingdom, continued commitment to Ukraine.